review this game. The game started with caro-kann defense, knight f3. This is not the most common move, but I still see some players would choose this move. So in this case, black can choose either taking the pawn or bishop g4 to pin the f3 knight. So in this game, black played d4 and white played knight e2 and we play c5. Yeah, so black didn't take the pawn. Black neither like move bishop to g7, g4. Instead, black pushed these two pawns up to connect the pawn and support the center. Also expand space at the queen side. So most likely, black will initialize queen side attack throughout the game. But let's see how it goes. d3. So instead of d3, actually we can play c3. This is an interesting move. And if you take my pawn, white can take that with the b pawn and later push the pawn to d4. So if you don't take my pawn, I will take yours, and I have two knights attacking d4. Black cannot play e5. So if black play d3, I think the pawn is so far away from the rest of black pieces, and the pawn will be captured after knight f4. Two pieces aiming at the pawn. If you play c4, queen a4, queen c4, the pawn c-pawn will be captured, and later the d3. So yeah, so c3 turned out to be the best move, and d3. So knight c6 and bishop f4, e6, c3. White choose to attack the center again. Bishop to d6, exchange, queen d2, and h6. So I assume this move is preventing queen g5, I guess. But even though white played queen g5, so let's say if I move knight to e7, do I need to really worry about queen g5? I can cancel, right? And I can protect the pawn. So I think black should develop pieces. And this h6 move is a little like slowing down our piece development. So h6 and knight f4. So white instead can push the b pawn. This is so interesting because there are three pieces attacking d4. If you take my pawn, and white can take this pawn, and if you take, so white can open up the centers because black doesn't move the knight. So black will have a king like stay at the center, so we can open up the center and controlling the d4 square. So b4 is something I would consider. So in this game, white played knight f4 and e5. Yeah, I think the problem with knight f4 is after e5, the knight will be kicked, and also knight to d5 is concerning because knight e7, white has to trade with the e7 knight. But knight h3, but I still think knight 8, or maybe not knight e7, but maybe bishop to c6. Can we play c4? Yeah, maybe we can place the knight at center. Maybe this is, I think it's even better than move the knight to h3. Once the knight to h3 after exchange, this pawn structure is bad. Take the pawn, knight d4. Okay, so I think the queen has to stay away from the c file, otherwise it will be pinned. Like queen a5 is something we can consider. Okay. Oh yeah, rook c8. Sorry, rook c8 is not a choice because the rook is hanging here. But I'm still suggesting moving the queen away from the c file because after castling, the rook can go to c8. So rook g1, white should move the king to b1. Yeah, rook c8. The queen is pinned. And now black is winning. Okay, so yeah, so I don't think we need to walk through the rest of the game because yeah, black can win this bishop. Okay, so yeah, so black can make in one. And that's it.